Hey guys, Jonathan was out here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How is it going? I am here to make college football picks for Saturday, September 13th, 2014. There were two games on the schedule yesterday. We won them both. First of all, we had Cincinnati beating Toledo, and they did that 58-34. We also said number 8 Baylor would roll Buffalo. They did that 63-21. That makes us 3-1 on the week in college football so far, which makes us 140-21 on the year. 2,438 wins, 781 losses is the lifetime record. I'm going to put a little bit of a disclaimer in here. This is kind of a not so stellar week in college football. Not a ton of great matchups, and it's usually those weeks that you go into it thinking, this is going to be an okay but not a great day. Those are the days where a bunch of wacky things happen, so I'm not real confident this week just because that's usually how things go. It's usually one of those wacky Saturdays, so we'll see what happens. First of all, we have East Carolina and 17th ranked Virginia Tech. I am going to go with Virginia Tech. UCF takes on number 20 Missouri. Give me Missouri. Kent State takes on number 22 Ohio State. Now, I don't love Ohio State, obviously without Braxton Miller, but I do think they can get past Kent State, especially after coming off of a loss last week at Virginia Tech. Ohio State at home, not going to be very happy. Indiana and Bowling Green, I am going to go with the Hoosiers. Ohio and Marshall, I am going to go with Marshall in that game there. Boise State and UConn, give me Boise State. Georgia Southern and Georgia Tech, give me Georgia Tech. Pittsburgh and Florida International, give me Pittsburgh. Syracuse and Central Michigan, give me Syracuse. West Virginia and Maryland, give me West Virginia. Massachusetts and Vandy, I am going to go in that game with Vandy. Number 21 Louisville and Virginia, I am going to go with Louisville, but I've heard several people saying beware of Virginia potentially sneaking away with one, but I am going to go with Louisville. Wyoming takes on number 2 Oregon. Give me Oregon. Air Force and Georgia State. I'm going to go with Air Force. UC Davis takes on Colorado State, and I'm going to go with Colorado State. Indiana State and Ball State. Give me Ball State. Number 6 Georgia and number 24 South Carolina. Obviously SEC matchup here. And in this game, I am going to go with Georgia because they, of course, had the bye coming off the very strong performance in the first week of the season against Clemson. Now off a bye, they're rested. They're on the road. I do think it'll be a good game, but I do think Georgia comes away victorious in that game, more than likely behind another strong performance by Todd Gurley. Uh, Next up, we have Alabama A&M and UAB. I'm going to go with UAB. Kansas and Duke. Give me Duke. Miami of Ohio takes on Michigan. I'm going to go with Michigan, and in my mind, and obviously, I think pretty much, Michigan is out for a chance to be in the four-team playoff. But I do think for Michigan to even feel comfortable and for Brady Hoke to even Brady Hoke's seat right now, I believe, is pretty hot. For it to cool just a little, they, for their sake, better roll Miami of Ohio today. And even if they do, I really think Brady Hoke's seat is going to stay pretty hot in Wolverine Land. Arkansas State and Miami. I am going to go with the Canes. North Carolina State and South Florida. I am going to go with NC State. Arkansas and Texas Tech. I am going to go with Arkansas. That's one of the mini games that I'm a little iffy on, but I am going to go with Arkansas. Iowa State and Iowa. I am going to go with Iowa. Another game that I'm iffy on because with that Iowa State-Iowa game, you just never know. It's always tight. It's definitely a game that I probably will watch. It's Iowa State and Iowa usually have a pretty good rivalry. Louisiana Lafayette and 14th ranked Ole Miss. I am going to go with Ole Miss. Mississippi State takes on South Alabama. I am going to go with Mississippi State, Minnesota, and TCU. I am going in that game with TCU. I have to double check that, and if I'm wrong, if I didn't go with TCU, I'll put it in an annotation in the video. So if you don't see an annotation right now, going with TCU. Illinois and Washington, I am going with Washington. Army and number 15 Stanford, I am going to go with Stanford. Western Michigan and Idaho, I am going in that game with Western Michigan. Southern Miss and number 3 Alabama. What a surprise, Alabama again scheduling another weaker school. I think we all know how this is going to end. Give me Alabama to roll. Southern Miss. Eastern Michigan and Old Dominion, I am going to go with Eastern Michigan, Louisiana Monroe, and number 10 LSU. Give me LSU. Northern Illinois takes on UNLV. I am going to go with Northern Illinois. Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee. Give me Middle Tennessee. UTSA and Oklahoma State. Give me Oklahoma State. Wake Forest and Utah State. Give me Wake Forest. Tulsa and Florida Atlantic. Give me Tulsa. Abilene Christian and Troy. I'm going to go with Troy. Purdue and number 11 Notre Dame. I don't foresee Notre Dame having a big problem with this game. In this game, Purdue is just not good, and even though they are coming off of a big win against Michigan last week, I think Notre Dame will be just fine. Kentucky and Florida. One thing about Notre Dame, though, they do need to man. Golson needs to manage the clock a little bit. He struggled with that last week against Michigan. Kentucky and Florida. I am going to go with Florida. Tennessee and number 4 Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma. Number 9 USC and Boston College. I am honestly falling in love with this USC team. They're really good. They're a young team, so they're going to be really good for the next several years. Give me USC to beat Boston College. Number 12, UCLA takes on Texas. I am going to go with UCLA in that game. I do think Charlie Strong and Texas will turn it around, but I think right now it's still kind of a filling out process, but they will get there. Penn State and Rutgers. I am going to go with Penn State. New Mexico State and UTEP. Give me UTEP. Southeastern Louisiana and Tulane. Give me Tulane. Navy and Texas State. Give me Navy. Portland State and Washington State. I am going to go with Washington State. Rice and number 7 Texas A&M. Give me Texas A&M. Number 16 Arizona State and Colorado. Give me Arizona. Arizona State rather. Nebraska and Fresno State. Give me Nebraska. Nevada and Arizona. Give me Arizona. And Northern Iowa and Hawaii. Round it out and give me Hawaii. In fact, let me just do this quick so I don't have to put an annotation in because sometimes I just don't feel like doing that. Yes, I am going with TCU. I just looked at all the picks that I have on a notepad here, so I am going with TCU. So, alright, guys, that is going to do it for me. NFL picks are upcoming. I'm going to record them right after this. I will put them up. I'm pretty confident now that I took the spread out of the mix for now. That is going to do for me. Don't forget to like the JM Sports Show page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Links will be in the description. That is going to do for me. Enjoy your college football and check out the NFL picks too if you're interested, like I said. And that is going to do for me. I am Jonathan was up for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. I will see you guys later.